What is up, everyone? Back here with another comic book review. I am reviewing Teen Titans Academy issue 2 right now. I was not planning on getting this issue because I reviewed issue 1 and I was not a fan. But then I saw this beautiful cover. This is a great cover. This here is the cover B, the variant cover, and I really think this should have been the standard. So the first thing I'm going to get into is the importance of the cover. It's got to look good. It's got to grab your attention, which this definitely did that for me. It's got to look good, so you get up and you grab this off the shelf, you thumb through the comic, and if it looks good on the inside, you buy it. So it's very important that the cover is the selling piece. The standard cover A to this issue was so lame. It was so dumb. It's just all the students standing there wearing red X masks in front of Titan's Tower or something. It was really lame. This should have been the standard cover because this is just great. It's really glossy. The colors are popping. It's an awesome cover. It's drawn by Superstar Pro Philip Tan. I've got a lot of his work. He's a great cover artist. He gets away with drawing the women to look incredibly beautiful. And just look at Starfire. She looks stacked right here on this cover. And the men are looking amazing. That's Cyborg. He's got this huge upper body. You know, Wally West, Kid Flash. I've never seen him look so buff, you know. Even Beast Boy's got the shoulder muscles. He looks great. And, you know, if you've read any George Perez, seen his drawings of the Teen Titans in the 80s, you just got to put Raven in the background and have her wings extended like her cloak, and she'll already look cool. In fact, the smallest looking guy on here is actually Robin, the team leader. It's kind of a Mimba Berry here with him wearing the Red X mask, because that was the reveal in the episode of Teen Titans, the cartoon show that Red X appeared in. That turned out to be Robin. And but it's a great cover. I love it. If I was going to get this comic, I wanted the cool cover, and this is definitely that. Goes to show it's $4.99. It's a $5 book. I paid $1 extra to have the cool cover. That's really great. Love this cover. It's amazing. It's geared toward people like me, fans of the original team, that Wolfman Perez era of the Teen Titans, these characters. The only inaccuracy is that Wally West is not in this book, which is a shame. But man, I wish the rest of this comic was as good as this cover. I'm going to get into the story now, the actual issue, and why it made me feel like a bipolar person. Because I kept liking it and then not liking it and going back and forth. So getting right into it. First page, off the bat, I'm already liking it because you have this new speedster character. She's a future state character, so I don't know anything about her. And she's a speedster that doesn't have her legs. But except for when she wears her those prosthetic legs that you run in, the blades, and but when she's not wearing them, she's in a wheelchair. She's trying to evade someone who's gonna kill her, apparently, chucks that into the wheel, and she just gets smacked in the face by gravity. The motion is rendered so well in this picture, you like feel the pain when you look at it. Really good. Turns out to be Red X. Really cool shot of him right there, looking menacing, looking cool. Then over here, I love what the artist did. Rafa Sandoval is a great, fantastic artist. Put different panels within the X's right here. I love that. It's already off to a great start. This is already better than issue 1. Then you're gonna turn the page, and then bam, gets right back into the crap. So it's back. It goes 72 hours earlier, and there's that speedster character again. What is that face she's making? What is that face? It looks like the meme of the cat getting stuck in a jar right there. What face is she making? You got all the kids just goofing off right now. You got Cyborg teaching this class. Pretty much tells this speedster character she wants to go by Bolt now these days, and tells her to slow down. She pretty much says no, and then he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, man, Cyborg, don't take that from her. Tell her to stop running. But then he shifts his attention to this kid. His name's Matt Price. I think he's a new character because I don't know anything about him. And he does the same thing. He reminds Cyborg that it's time to blow the whistle and that class is over. And he's like, oh, good call. And I'm like, man, that's 2 in a row. It's 2 in a row. You're getting put in your place by the teenage students. Come on, Cyborg. You're Victor Stone. You don't... come on. But anyway, so this character, Matt Price, is very mysterious, fleshes him out a little bit. And this was really good writing. I'm really interested in this character now. You took care of it in 1 page, and Cyborg's pretty much telling him, hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. Being a mentor, being a teacher. Matt Price doesn't remember anything about him. Apparently he's super strong, so there's no point in training. He wants to train his mind and increase his strategic ability, which is why he's playing a weird version of chess with himself. And he only got the name Matt Price from a poem about a wanderer. So I'm already interested in who he is. That's good stuff. jumping over here to Nightwing and Starfire banging each other. And I'm like, oh man, it's like back into the Wolfman Perez days. Yeah, because that's definitely what they were doing. But I'm just happy that they're a couple again. But then he kind of ruins the moment when he says that Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, called and says that he needs to come back to Bloodhaven or something like that. And she kind of goes, oh, Barbara, oh, okay. And I'm like, wow, that's some real good human emotion there. You got Starfire kind of acting insecure about him bringing up another girl, and you got Dick being a total dick, bringing up another girl when he just spent the night with Starfire. So I'm like, oh, okay, wow, this is really good. Then it gets into Nightwing coming over to Cyborg to pretty much ask for advice. Right here was something missing. There was something missing that Marv Wolfman would have wrote in perfectly. It was kind of out of left field of Nightwing coming over to ask advice from Cyborg. Should have been him walking and having thought bubbles, thought dialogue to himself, of being like, oh my gosh, kind of pondering of what he just did, how he feels, how he's making Corey feel, and then going to ask Cyborg for advice. But then it just gets into these 2 pages that are just infuriating to look at. I don't like it when they make artists just pretty much recreate the same image over and over again, putting these characters in the same poses. Really annoying. So pretty much Dick asks Cyborg, like, hey, I brought up Barbara to Corey. Like, I think I kind of messed things up with Corey. And he makes a dig at Nightwing. It's like, oh, wow, that was fast. They get interrupted by this student, and by the time the student leaves, then he's just kind of like, oh, yeah, what did you say about Corey? It was Barbara? And he says, yeah, it's always Barbara. And then that was that. He goes on his merry way. I'm like, why did you come up to Cyborg for advice? Cyborg didn't help in any way either. It's like, it's like Tim Sheridan, the writer, he forgot the reason he made Nightwing come up to Cyborg in the first place. What is that all about? So there was this funny, humorous bit in here of Beast Boy kind of goofing off with the class, turning into different animals and fighting them behind them the whole time. And then over here, Cyborg walks back into the classroom and says, aim between his legs, it always works no matter what form he takes. And Beast Boy goes, hey, like he just gave away his weakness, like how you beat him. That made me laugh. That was kind of funny. So Nightwing is looking for his Red X mask. So he goes into the control room, turn the page, and bam, there's the reveal. I love this angle. Red X is here. He's infiltrated Titan's tower. I love this angle where it's the perspective shot of coming in over here, Nightwing over his shoulder. He's got one of his hands kind of coming toward us like that. I even love the expression on Red X's face. So really, really good shot right there. Well done, Rafa Sandoval. Going in here, and Red X then kind of quickly eludes Nightwing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, come on, Nightwing. And so then looks like Red X jumps down the stairwell. So Nightwing has the bright idea to grab onto this fire hose and jump after him. And it's kind of cool until then here's Donna Troy, and she says, that hose is too long. You're going to hit the ground and kill yourself. And I said, no way, that's so stupid. First of all, Nightwing would never be that stupid to grab a hose with too much slack, jump into a stairwell, and smack against the ground and kill himself. That's a total amateur move. Nightwing would never do that. But if he did do that, and Donna Troy was there, she wouldn't say, that hose is too long, you're going to kill yourself. She'd grab onto the hose. I was thinking, Donna, why don't you grab the hose so that your friend doesn't kill himself? That's so dumb. Completely out of character. But then he gets rescued anyway by Bolt. And she runs in, rescues Nightwing, and he is in the most effeminate pose you could imagine. And she even makes a dig at Nightwing about how he needs to take care of himself at his age. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tim Sheridan, what are you doing? If you're trying to make us lose respect for Nightwing, and just castrate him, then you're doing a great job at that. Mission accomplished. Anyway, turns out that Red X only tossed his cape down the stairwell. He really went up. And so he got away, went to the top of Titan's tower. But it's like, once again, if Marv Wolfman was writing this would have been the perfect time for maybe Starfire and Raven to enter the fight and have a good mid-air kind of fight scene with Red X or something like that, the fight wouldn't end here. So it's like, oh my gosh, good job, Tim Sheridan. You successfully made Red X infiltrate and get caught, but somehow get away from a tower completely filled with superpowered individuals and with very, very little difficulty. So it's unbelievable. So anyway, getting in over here, Bolt is receiving a call from someone, and then that someone is talking to, we're assuming, Red X. And then we find out that whoever that was that she talked to on the phone, initials is AW, and after 2 seconds of thinking about it, I was like, oh, it's Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller is calling up Bolt and telling her that she owes him for something. Like, oh, a really, really great twist over there. Jumps back into the now, and looks like Red X is going to kill her. But then he says, no, but I'm going to save you from them. She turns around, and it is the Suicide Squad. I don't know what she's looking at over here. It's like, they're not over there, they're behind you. This is a pretty cool shot. Peacemaker, lame costume, but he looks sick right here. That's really cool. I don't know why Superboy's on the team, or I guess Night Owl's on the team now, or not Night Owl, Talon or whatever. I think this is his name, Night Owl. All you Watchmen nut bars are gonna lose your mind in the comments section now, aren't you? But no, it's okay. So this is the new Suicide Squad team, or 3 of them at least. So it's like, all right, yeah, okay, cool. I guess cliffhanger ending. Red X is probably gonna throw down with these 3 guys to protect Bolt now. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of plot holes. I just don't really know what's happening, but hopefully things clear up. And that's that issue. Another thing that was missing from here was there was a couple Cyborg scenes, and would have been nice to see Cyborg kind of have more of that thought bubble type moments of him being very introspective, thinking about his place. If you've read any Wolfman Perez Teen Titans, Cyborg is extremely hard on himself, and now that he's got to adjust and cope with the idea that he's a mentor, that he's going to teach a bunch of these kids, would have been nice, like maybe before this scene or something, he's thinking to himself that maybe he should quit and that he could never be good enough as a hero, as a teacher to the next generation of heroes, stuff like that. That would have been really good to flesh out his character a little more. And something too is like this ad looks really cool. Of this, if DC floods the shelves with anything, it's Batman content. But this is going to be written and drawn by Derek Robertson, who did some Valiant work that I have. He's phenomenal. Look at that. It looks really cool. I don't know about his writing, but wow, look at that. Look at that art. That looks great. Anyway, so yeah, this is another case of cover is the best part. But Tim Sheridan, you wrote this issue a lot better than issue 1, and hopefully you continue to flesh out these characters, get me to care for them, but not a recommend. Unless you love this comic cover like I did. This cover is amazing. So thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can hear me talk about these comics some more. Comment below to tell me what you think of Teen Titans Academy. Tell me if you like it and why you like it. I'd love to hear why. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.